Lorna here, doing a little video. You don't need to see my face, you just need to see my hands. So I'm at the dining room table looking out over the back garden because it is a nice sunny day and the light is quite good here. So I just had a thought about showing you what I do to cut up some chicken and ham for the cats. My cats like a treat and I like to treat them. So what I do is, this is a treat for a cat, not the meal. They do eat cat food, of course, but I like to give them a treat. So what I've got here, the tools I need are scissors and a fork, quite simple. I use the big scissors, you could use the small scissors. So I buy cooked meat for them in all shapes and sizes, and here I've got some roast breast fillets. Now that is a bit expensive really, so what I need to do is to spin it out into small amounts, and what most people might do is use their fingers to pick it up, but I don't. I use my fork. I've started this one piece here, look. That started off as a fillet, so I'll start with the big piece, like that. And I don't really want to be touching that, to be honest, but anyway, they get a small saucer with a little bit on there. So what I do is use scissors. I don't need to chop it up with a knife. I've got it on the fork there. Stab it properly, and then I'll show you the technique that I use is I actually trim off around the edges. Can you see me, Mother? Shall I get a bit closer? There we are. So I trim off around the edges, very small pieces like that, and it makes it last longer, of course. Let me move that out the way. You can get more portions out of it, and there we are. Keep going round and round and round the edge. Start around the edges and I work my way towards the middle, so it's very easy to do. Now this technique can also be used to cook your own meat up. I don't eat meat, so but if you do and you want to stretch your meat a bit further, try this method and just trim the edges off all the way around with any kind of meat that you're going to use. This is cooked. I think you could possibly do it with raw meat. That might be a possibility, and I don't have to deal with raw meat, so I just buy cooked meat. So there you are, cut the edges off, and that is enough for a cat treat. That's all they get. So that is so easy to do. So I'll put that to one side. If you wanted to use a bigger bowl, you could do, but I use these bowls for the proper cat food. So, but they only get the treats in the small saucers. Right, I haven't finished yet. Put that back in the packet like that. That can go back in the fridge. And then, if you want to chop it up even smaller, I use a fork. No need for any fancy kitchen gadgets. So all I do, you need a bit of a curved saucer, so all I do is squash it down like that, and it ends up really shredded, and there you go. I mean, most cats will just eat it anyway, but some might like it shredded. Well, that's something you could do with your own meat. There you are. So that would stretch your meat even further. And you could put that in a meal, incorporate it into a meal. You could put it in some bread, between buns, or whatever they use these days to make these fillings in a sandwich. You could use that. So you get more out of your meat if you shred it up into small pieces. And some chicken comes in slices like that. Now, to be honest, I don't really think this is much like chicken. It's like all the horrible bits of chicken that they just shove in a big pot and cook up. So you don't really know what you're getting in there. But for cats, it's fine. I mean, you might even like to eat it yourself. So what I would do with that is take a slice. Well, that's 2 slices actually. Take a slice. Oops, it's very thin. And what I would do is roll it up into a sausage. I'm going to have 2 slices here because it's very thin. And I do use my fingers a little bit for this. And to cut that up as well, let's use this little bowl. I would then trim that into tiny pieces. Just like that. I find kitchen scissors very useful for cutting up all kinds of things. So there you are. You could use scissors to trim your meat, and again, if you want it mashed, you could do. So it just makes it last longer. And the same with ham. They do have ham sometimes. They have either chicken or ham. And the same sort of technique. Use a scissors and a fork, and that's all you need to do. So I hope that little tip has given you something to think about. Meat is very expensive, and really it is a good idea to cut down on your meat anyway. But if you do like meat, stretch it out to last a bit longer, to go a bit further, and then you won't need to buy quite so much of it. Here, kitty, kitty, kitty. Here, kitty, kitty. Maisie's over there. Anyway, this is Ilona. I'm trying to use my name now. And this is how I treat my cats. Do you want to have a look out the window? Check the garden. All is well in the garden. It's a sunny day and the washing is on the line and it looks like it might dry. Thanks for popping in. We'll catch up again. Toodle pip.